If I could be described what I'm feeling right now, there's a lot of like words coming to my mind that anxiety, anxious, or maybe a little bit confident. One thing for sure is I'm feeling all of that words in at once. And I started working in 2019 back in my country in Myanmar in a local NGO which is MYEO. I started journey there under the title of Campus Chapter Director, giving them training about digital literacy and giving them trainings about soft skills. When I moved here to Thailand, I once lead the organizations in my second year. I wish, as a reflection, when I'm standing in here right now, I wish I could be this confident, or maybe I wish I could be getting all these knowledges earlier in my leadership area. The last time when I was standing in front of my team as a president, I thought I would feel this confident enough. I prepared a speech. I knew what I was about to say. My members were looking at me and waiting. But instead of like confidence at that moment, I felt quiet. I remember holding the microphone and asking myself, is it really it? That's all? I feel grateful. It's not like I don't feel grateful for all the things me and my team did it together. We have done a lot of activities, projects, events. But at the same time, I felt unsure. Unsure if I had done enough, unsure if I had led well, and unsure if I had become the kind of leader I once imagined I would be. What surprised me most wasn't the doubt itself. It was the realization that the uncertainty has been with me throughout the whole entire time. Late night deciding whether I should be speak up or just stay silent. And there were times when my members were struggling and I don't know how to help them. And there were moments when I wondered myself, am I still moving forward or just standing still? But yet, people still call me a leader, their president. And that moment made me ask myself a question that quietly changed everything. What if the leadership doesn't begin with the courage at the first place? What if it comes with something more quieter? We often see the leadership as something bold, strong voices, clear visions, and decisive actions. We expect the leaders who walk into the rooms already know what to do. But most of us are students and young leaders. We are learning to lead while still figuring out life. We are told to plan our future ahead in a world that keeps changing. We are expected to lead the project, the community, and even the team, while quietly asking ourselves, am I ready for this? Or what if I make the wrong choices? For a long time, I thought leadership meant having answer. So actually, most of the time, I don't have the clear answer. So when I don't have the answer, I thought I was failing. I compare my journey with others, their achievement, their success, their confidence, and their certainty. So even when I accomplish something, I stayed thinking that I fell behind. But like throughout the experience, mistakes, and uncomfortable situations, my understanding of leadership began to shift. The leadership isn't about eliminating the uncertainty. It was about how we show up inside it. This is when I discovered something we don't talk about enough: the quiet courage. Sometimes, most of the powerful leadership often comes from the quiet courage. Not loud courage, not fearless courage, but the courage to stay in the present when you don't know what happened next. Actually, there is like a problem with the quiet courage. The quiet courage doesn't look good at the outside. And also, it always doesn't get the applause. But it changed people. When I say it changed people, believe me, it really does. It changed the people. From my experience, the quiet courage in leadership show up in three ways. The first one is the courage to be honest. There were moments when early in my leadership, when my members will look to me for the directions. Actually, I don't have a clear goal for them. I'm just a second year, a chill guy at the campus, just want to avoid the classroom and do the extracurricular activity. I don't have a clear goal for them. But at the time, all I wanted to do was like pretending I have all the answer. But like I did the other thing, which is like quite simple. I chose to say, I'm not sure yet. I don't have the answer. But I want all of us to figure this out together. And I believe that that moment didn't weaken my leadership. I believe it strengthened it. The quiet courage is admitting that you don't have all the answer. Sometimes, in uncertain times, most of the people would love to pretend that, okay, I got this. Okay, I have the answer. But actually, it creates the distance between you and your members. Honesty creates trust. Leadership doesn't collapse when you say, I'm still learning. It doesn't collapse immediately. It makes you more human. The second one is the courage to choose empathy over ego. When I say about choosing empathy over ego, it means that you are willing to listen even when it is uncomfortable. There's a time when my members will grow quieter over time. There are some members who show up late to a meeting but didn't complain much. There are like some members who disagree with you in a meeting, not to challenge your authority, but because they care. Leadership and the quiet courage is letting go of control. It means that you are willing to listening without preparing a response. And empathy is not weakness, it makes the leadership lasting. The third and the last one is the courage to stop comparing. For a long time, I compare my leadership journey with someone else's timeline. Someone who speaks better, someone who leads earlier, someone who seems more confident. But after a long time, I have learned that that comparison is quietly stealing my strength, my growth. The moment I stopped asking, am I as good as them, and started asking, how can I serve better in here? Everything changed. So real transformation begins when leadership is less about proving and more about serving. Today, many of us, we are leading the team before we feel ready. Students, educators, and young professionals. We are navigating our life, our communities, our identities, and sometimes even responsibilities. Because leadership wasn't never meant to be perfect. It was meant to be in presence. If you feel unprepared, you're not failing. And if you feel unsure, you're not behind. And if sometimes the leadership title feels heavy, it means that you care about this team. Leadership doesn't ask you to be fearless. It asks you to stay in the presence and to show up in any way, to listen, to learn, and to lead with integrity. So if there is one thing I hope you guys remember from my speech, leadership isn't always loud. Sometimes it whispers. In those quiet moments when no one is watching, that is real transformation begins. That is the true quiet courage behind leadership. Thank you. This is Mi Bencio for today.